They should be terrified of you.
You do not hesitate.
It was freaky. I don't even know. It's crazy out here, y'all. I'm so excited. I can't even think straight. This is Binge Play, and we are doing a recap video for the E3 press conference.
Sony.
My mind's so blown I can't even talk straight, you guys.
Sony was great. They did exactly what we wanted to do, and it was to be better than everybody else. A cut above, as they say.
We're not here to take shots at Microsoft this evening.
I wasn't
We're only
even
here to
talking
speak
about
the truth,
Microsoft.
though. We are going to speak the truth tonight.
Bethesda.
So, with that said, the E3 PlayStation conference just ended. This is our recap video. I am the one and only Knight's Hero. This
I'm Ant.
is Ant, and we're here to talk about it. Where do we start? We start?
Let's start at the beginning. At the very beginning, it started off with a banjo.
I guess
Man sitting on a stool playing a banjo.
I guess one thing you got to say about it, just starting it off, the presentation of these games was immaculate by Sony this evening. Like, outstanding all the way around. Like, it was a good show from the main press conference. They did take a little bit of a different format, but it was just a good show, and it was just the way that they delivered these awesome games that they showed us. It was absolutely outstanding. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Hats off to Sony.
Absolutely, absolutely. So with that, the pomp and circumstance came great coverage of great games. So the first game they covered off was The Last of Us 2. It starts off, we see Ellie just standing. She's there at a party or something. Just having a grand old time. No sign of Joel anywhere. I don't know what happened to Joel too much after the story of the original game, but I expect him to show up at some point in this one. It looked beautiful, by the way, also.
Outstanding. Like, they're out there and they're in the jungle or the woods or whatever it is, and it's just like they said, you have to, every single leaf that they place on one of these plants was actually had to be placed there by one of the game artists, and the game just looks outstanding. There's so much detail, the way things move, the way that, like, just everything about the game looked outstanding. The way that when she slid up under the car and, like, you felt like anxious with her under the car, and then it was actual gameplay of where they come under, they look under the car, and that's when you shoot the guy in the head. Like, even if you're not the Last of Us fan of the first one, which, I mean, I don't know how you're not, but even if you've never heard of it and it's your first time hearing of it, like, Last of Us 2 looks incredible. Take my money now.
Yeah, absolutely. And the movements, fluid as fuck. Like, they're like running parkour, swinging from whatever. Like, actually begins at the where they showed last year at E3 with the Last of Us coverage from a different angle, which was great. I love that, actually. And from there, they went into more music. Japanese instrument, I forget what it's called.
Speaking of, after they did Last of Us, just going quickly back to the presentation, they went to like this little, I guess, side show, whatever. They changed the whole arena and, like, took everybody out of that first room and into another room to show them a completely different game. Like I said, the presentation as magnifique. But yes, then they took us into another room where they played what type of...
I don't know. It's the Japanese flute.
It was... And they showed us another contender for best game of the evening.
Ghost of Tsushima looks fucking immaculate. Let me tell you, the fluidity of the combat, the way that when the blades strike, you see the sparks fly, the detail of the wind blowing. You can actually see people's minds being blown in the audience. It was outstanding.
There's a scene where first they take you out through the back and you kill a couple of other guys, and as you see, they studied the kendo and it looks immaculate. Then there's this scene where it looked like one of the greatest samurai movies you've honestly ever seen, where like he fights his friend. You already see you don't even know this woman, and you already like seeing like, oh my goodness, he's like plot twist, and he's fighting this woman, and the sun is setting. And I don't know what the cherry blossoms or whatever.
No, it was autumn. Those are autumn leaves. They were red, and they match the hue of the sunset perfectly. And it's like the wind blowing the blades of grass. This is like, I can go on for all day about the detail put into this just one fight scene. It's like not even a minute long of footage, and it was just like.
It was incredible. It was very beautiful artwork. You honestly, just another game that you just can't. That you can't wait to take my money. Like again,
absolutely.
Take my money.
Ghost of Tsushima is the samurai game I've always wanted, and I can't wait to play it.
Beautiful. Man, we got to talk about it more. Because one thing I got to say is that a lot of times with these hack and slash games, you feel like, okay, well, you swipe it 80,000 times, or you do a super move, and that's will take out 3 guys. Like, that's not what we're getting with this game.
No,
this one is seeing like you time your moves out right, and you find the right strike, and like it looks, again, the game it plays like a samurai movie. It looks like a samurai movie. It's not a hack and slash game, which is like, if you just finished God of War, you can love hack and slash games. They can be incredible. Nothing wrong with that. But this is not what this is. This is immaculate.
This is like every fight was choreographed. Like an actual gameplay. The fights start off where you're facing off with, well, not you, but probably you eventually, but they're facing off with just some random thug, I guess, or whatever. Probably one of the throwaway enemies. And then, like, it's a couple seconds, and the tension builds, Everybody just standing around, the wind's blowing. And then they move, and then you just slice the guy's throat. He falls to the ground. It's just like, oh, man.
It was, like you said, incredible.
Yeah, we're definitely going to go more in depth on that game in a separate video. Like, we're gonna delve deep. There's going to be footage. We're going to see everything. So from there, where do we go? I can't remember.
I don't know if we can go in order. I guess we can talk about Destiny real quick. Destiny was there. There was a video for Destiny. There was a trailer for Destiny. We didn't see any gameplay. Destiny is not what it used to be. In past E3s, we're like, oh my goodness, yes, there's Destiny updates. I can't wait to spend $40 on 2 missions. That's not what we're getting in this game. Excuse me, that's not what was happening here. We saw, okay, well, look, there's a new Destiny for Destiny 2. It does look like the story is taking a turn. My boy Cade looked like he got shot in the head, man. I'm sad about that. Cade died.
And Cade we trust.
Sad to see, but there will be, I believe it's Destiny 2 Forsaken, I believe is the name of that one. I wouldn't say that's a take my money now game,
It's
but
DLC.
I am interested in your it's
DLC. What do you want?
maybe. From there, oh man, where do we want to go? Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 3.
They did Kingdom Hearts better than a certain other company that I won't mention.
We're not here to take shots at Microsoft.
I was talking about Square Enix. The presentation sucked.
Look, as far as like we saw in earlier videos, in earlier videos and earlier press conferences, we saw some in Kingdom Hearts. We saw the release date. I guess we saw more of it than I've ever seen up until this point. And the places that you're going, the people that you're gonna see,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh my goodness, the
They're
graphics
bringing
engine, whatever it is that
live-action
you're using or
Disney
calling it, it looks amazing. The Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp and all the other characters, and you could see that they clearly did scans of the faces of all the characters in Pirates of the Caribbean. Even if you're not a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, and I would say I like Kingdom Hearts.
I love Kingdom Hearts.
I wouldn't say I'm a Kingdom Hearts fanboy. This looks like it's going to make me into a Kingdom Hearts fanboy. I can't wait to play the game.
Well, if you do, you might as well start from the beginning. It gets convoluted. But yeah, finally, the game we've all been asking for, Kingdom Hearts, is coming to us. And then from there we went to another game that just piqued everyone's interest from the very first frame of the very first teaser trailer that we got. Death Stranding. Death Stranding looks immaculate. They got actual gameplay in there this time, so we can actually see. I don't even know what Norman Reedus' character or whoever it is playing, like sneaking around. You see the enemies some more. You see exactly how that dynamic is going to work, where you have to be quiet and kind of like figure out, how to get around these invisible enemies, and they out there with their little death strands.
You'll see that if you haven't seen it. It's got this little baby thing. It's like it's crazy how you see the enemies. Death Stranding. What can we say that hasn't been said about the other game? Death Stranding is where you're starting to see not only, first of all, it's in the PS4 exclusive title. Mm-hmm. Second of all, the innovativeness of like how whatever it is that Sony's doing over there, and they said it themselves. The guy, I guess he's the CEO. I'm sorry, his name escapes me, but they let the studios do their thing. It's not well, we telling you how to run your studio and this is the way to do things. It's no, we're going to support you so you can have your dreams. I don't know if Kojima's studio is a
first of all, you don't tell Hideo Kojima what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna do, and you're
and
gonna be
they're like, the game looks crazy. It's different. It's not anything that we're playing anything like it before, which is what we're doing. Like, we've been playing video games for 20, 30 years at this point. I'm 30, so I've been playing video games since I was 4 or 5, and we've been playing the same games over and over, again. And it felt like this is one of those games where I haven't played it before, and I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't it's like you're stepping into a new world. Well, that's what we play these games for, is to step into a new world, and this one is a completely different world that we've never seen or heard anything like it before. And I can't wait to play it. The only thing that I was a little bit disappointed in, there's no release date.
I mean, they're still developing it. They did mention it. It's deep into development, but they are still developing it. Let's not rush to release dates too quick. Everything's coming out in January and February. We got a whole lot of stuff to get. So I'm sure we'll be distracted waiting for Death Stranding to come out.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about that for a moment. Yeah, there's a ton of games coming out in January. In fact, we got Kingdom Hearts is coming out in January.
Right. Ghost of Tsushima's coming out in January.
Ghost of Tsushima's coming out in January. Destiny, I believe, is November, so that'll be out before everything
Christmas,
like that. Another game, Resident Evil 2, which we saw this evening, and we'll talk more about that. That's coming out in either that January or February lane. The Spider-Man's
coming out in January.
Yeah, everything. There's a lot of stuff coming out January and February of 2019. Have your money ready. I hope you working some overtime, or hopefully tell everybody to give you gift cards for Christmas. Because there you got a ton of games to buy.
They announced a game today that was coming out on the same day as Anthem. I forget which one it is, but one of those games that they brought out is also coming out on the same day as Anthem. So that's going to be a crazy day for a lot of players.
And Last of Us?
Was it Last of Us?
I don't know if Last of Us. I don't know remember the release date off the top of my head. But Last of Us is coming out around that same time too. There's just a ton of games that's coming out in January, February. Yeah. I'm really interested to see what's the top sellers and what games are people actually going to be out here playing. But we are have your money ready, and there's going to be a ton of games to play. All that, a ton of games to watch you stream. We can stream live on
exactly. Oh, you guys can watch us play Dreams, because Dreams look outstanding.
Yeah, I guess that's the next game we can get into. Dreams, Dreams is Little Big Planet evolved.
Right.
Little Big Planet was mainly it was kind of 3D, but mainly a 2D platformer, and you could create your own everything in a 2D platformer. Dreams takes that and puts it on acid and just becomes something truly incredible. It's just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, they pretty much made it seem like you're limited to pretty much whatever your imagination can think up. Like you've got full creative control over this I guess, for lack of a better word, game creation engine, and you can layer everything. You can control just the layouts. They changed the coloring, they changed the tint of everything. It just pretty much you're building a game from scratch, and it's co-op, so you can build games with your friends.
We saw the things that people did with Little Big Planet and how like they created completely different games that they weren't even expecting to see. We see every time that developers or anyone gives the actual people the ability to create things, the gaming community not only like does 10 times over what they were expecting. So I can't wait to, not only can I wait to like get into this game and sink my teeth into it and see what I can do, and this doesn't look like a game where you beat it or whatever.
Right.
But I can't wait to see what the gaming community does with it and what games they end up making it out to be, because we know in like 5 years or something like that, whatever Dreams is, it's going to be a completely different game. There may be a completely different game that is inspired by a mod that you get in Dreams.
Yeah, PUBG. PUBG's mod. But and then we got Fortnite. But yeah, I can't wait for that one. What was
We didn't do Resident Evil 2 justice enough.
We can go back into that. It looks dope. Like it showed Chris knocking through somebody's door. You see from the perspective of a rat. You see one of the cops being attacked by a zombie. And just the reveal of it just looks beautiful. You see the mansion, you see Raccoon City. It's crazy.
Yeah, and lastly, Spider-Man. We got to see live gameplay of Spider-Man.
Yes.
Spider-Man looks amazing. Like you're really you could tell the developers are really getting the hang of how to use the hardware with the PS4 and how to get the most out of it to get the best game. Like we've played so many. Like I said, Spider-Man technically is one of those games that we get one on every system where like you kind of get to roam the city and stuff like that. True. And all that. But we never like this. Never has been this clean. Definitely, and never have we seen Spider-Man fight 4 of his greatest enemies. We saw him fight Rhino, the electric guy, the guy in the suit, and
Rhino, Electro, Scorpion.
I freaking forgot Scorpion.
And
I don't know. I don't remember the guy. I don't know the name of the guy in the suit. I'm not going to pretend like I do.
I forgot.
You guys feel free to let us know. Yeah, all 4 of those guys on top of the building, and then he looks up, and then he sees, "Hey, you!" And then so we see that somebody's coming. It's funny as we're watching it. I'm thinking somebody has to come help him. Like Spider-Man's a bad man, but he can't fight all 4 of these guys at the same time.
He held his own, but yeah, they did. They gave him some work.
And he looks up and he says, "Hey,
Mr.
you!"
Stark,
and then it cuts away
I don't feel so
out of
good.
Spider-Man. So another video. But yeah, Spider-Man. Spider-Man looks amazing, and they even showed some live gameplay, and they look like they're a little bit closer to release date with that. So maybe that one won't be till January, because we do need something to play until January.
That was the one that was announced for February 22nd. I believe.
Oh, that's after? Okay, all right. I thought they would be closer to production when it's much live gameplay.
The release dates. Part of the allure is making people wait. But
I don't know, man. If to me, dropping your game is almost like dropping an album, and like there's a ton of competition in that time. It's just that you don't want to be drowned out by the other people's. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you have your time where you can be the #1 album and have the most focus. And you're dropping in January or February, you better be ready to go, because like there are some titles dropping around that time.
Absolutely, but I mean the industry is huge. This space for everybody. They can all drop around the same time. Let's not be crazy here. Like these games are not like everybody's going to go out and buy all of these games. Like they have their audiences that they're going to go to. So there's space for them.
Yeah, I mean they're going to get all my money.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be ready to go. I'm taking days off work. I'm going to be calling in sick. I'm going to do whatever it is I got to do. I mean, I'm not going to be calling in sick.
No.
But I'm really
Days Gone.
It was so much going on that Days Gone kind of fell by the wayside. To be honest with you, I thought we would have got more. And did it slip in? That is Days Gone going to be VR?
No, it's not going to be VR. They're just covering it on Wednesday when they cover the VR
Okay.
stuff.
I thought I saw at the bottom. Okay, maybe it's not. I'll get back to that later. But
We'll see after
Days
Wednesday.
Gone. Days Gone was the big title from last year's E3 where we're like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to play that game. And like that is another game that's I can't wait to play games. There's just so many good games coming out. And the thing is that I liked about this press conference is that you said it yourself during the live coverage, which was PlayStation, Sony, whatever, focused on quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox came out there last night
50
and they said,
games.
well, we got 50 games for you. And they showed us every bit of 50 games. Like, they legitimately showed us 50 games. And there's nothing wrong with that.
They
Show your
dragged
titles.
us
Show what's in
through
there.
50 games.
But PlayStation was like, okay, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to show, not only are we going to present it in a way that will actually make it interesting, but we're going to show you what we're going to draw a contrast. This is why you should get if you only have $400, and we understand like times is hard. Like if you only have a certain amount of money and you have to choose between an Xbox or a PS4. Last night Microsoft was just like, well, it's better. That's why you should get an Xbox. Sony tonight showed us, hey, look,
We are actually better.
you can Last of Us. I don't know if Last of Us is going to be on both of them. Well, I know Kingdom Hearts, is going to be on both of them, but it even look better as far as the presentation and everything going with Sony. Resident Evil, like a Ghost of Tsushima
looks so
like
fucking amazing. It's like just
the
the
VR
color palette.
experience. They're getting there with the VR experience, but they're not trying to pound it into our head like it seemed like they were doing in previous years. They're like slowly
Mike
building on
Tyson's
it
Punch Out.
to almost to the point where like it's if it's getting to the point where, hey, it might be time to you might want to shell out that $400 for that VR system, because they've got some legit games coming out there. Like the Creed game that they're coming out with. We've already seen Skyrim come out in the past. We saw quite a few titles, and they're gonna have debut more titles or show us of gameplay for more titles later on in the week. They're having like a VR day or something like that.
So they're
getting there with the
PlayStation,
VR, and I'm excited to see it. Like I'm happy to see the developers are actually starting to slowly move over there.
Yeah, they're doing PlayStation Live from E3, so that's going to be tomorrow. So realistically, they may end up showing us 50 games, but they did it the smart way. They broke it down. They didn't give us everything at once, try to squish it to an hour and a half, and then now we got. I don't know what they show us. I don't know. That's not important. We got a Microsoft video, and we talked about that one. That's separate. Oh no, I was just gonna say. With that, we're gonna let these press conferences speak for themselves, because they absolutely prove something to me that I already knew. But
Best game you saw tonight?
absolute best game I saw tonight is Ghost of Tsushima. Like hands down. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, this looks gorgeous.
Man, it's hard. Because you went with Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding. Like, it looks amazing. Give me a
Yeah, it's no
release date.
slouch
I want
either.
the release date because I want it now. That's why. That's why I want the release date so bad. It's
And that's
time to
why
play the
they
game.
won't give it to you. You got to make them seem like you don't want it.
I want the game now. I don't want to wait.
All right, Sony, just give us the game.
If you could improve anything, would you improve anything about this press conference?
About this press conference, yeah, I think I would have liked to seen them, break down a little more of what we saw. Like, just give us more information, pretty much. They did give us a lot, but I just feel like they could have gone more in depth in each of the titles that they went through.
Yeah, I kind of feel maybe it's around the same thing that you're talking about, which is the presentation, while different, and I liked it. I like when people try different things and new things and everything like that. Mm-hmm. It was a little odd just how they showed us The Last of Us, and they were like had the little intermission thing where Sony had their own little I don't know what you call that thing at the own little whatever, and where they like did some stuff, and then they like showed the rest of the press conference, and then they went off again. But the format change at some point, it was a little odd, but it was different, so I kind of liked it too. So like my dislike is kind of a like, so because it was excellent. Like I enjoyed myself. I really did enjoy myself. Like I just enjoyed it.
Yes, sir. So now I guess it's up to Nintendo to wow us some more, and Sony's gonna wow us some more tomorrow as well.
I forgot they were using a Nintendo.
Nintendo, every year Nintendo does this. Every year.
Oh yeah, Nintendo's gonna be here too. Okay, so PlayStation has wowed our mind for this evening. We cannot wait to see a lot of these games. We cannot wait to play a lot of these games. I wish I was there. Maybe next year we'll be at E3 and get to play a lot of these games.
Yeah.
And we won't get there unless you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We need you to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. We need you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate everybody that comes out on to the live stream with us at BPTV Streams. Yeah, and thank you guys so much for watching the video. And
yeah, check us out on Twitch as well. Well, not us. Mostly Cheese. We might stop by every once in a while, but Cheese is going to be streaming on the Twitch. We're probably going to be streaming some stuff, some more gameplay on our BPTV streams as well once E3 is finished. So just stay tuned for great content, and tell us what you want us to do. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like, and we want to hear from you. So without further ado, I am Ant. This is the Night's Hero. And we're going to see you guys tomorrow.